Right, hello lads and lasses, and welcome back to Boys Down Under, where today it is another day and we will be having another transfer video. Now, while Celtic may not be as heavily linked with this player, still I have not seen much content on him around the internet, so I feel you Tims out there will want to be knowing who Celtic are trying to sign. But before we get into the video though, what an absolute stellar performance from Celtic last night. That was the best defensive performance, bar a few little mistakes from Starfelt, the best defensive performance I've seen from Celtic in the last 2 years. Absolute props to Stephen Welsh, what a player he will be, and Joe Hart, what more could you want, making the saves that Barkas and Bain would never. And also, since this is a transfer video, I feel I should be covering the newest recruit to Celtic Football Club, Josip Juranovic. He's set to undergo a medical in the next days, but the club's agreeing on a $2.5 million fee for the player, and also personal terms have been agreed between the lad and Celtic. The search for a right back, it's over.
It's done. Yes, Mr. Frodo. It's over now.
But without a further ado, let's get into it. So with Thomas Henry on his way over to Ghent, Celtic are in need of another striker. Now this time, it is Greek international Georgios Giacomakis. And for some strange reason, that nationality and first name seem very, very similar. But we already have Nakamura's reincarnation, so why not get Samaras's as well? But for the time being, he's currently contracted to VVV-Venlo in the second tier of the Eredivisie after being relegated last season. Now, while being relegated seems bad, he certainly was not at fault, claiming the Eridivisie's golden boot, being the top goal scorer with 26 goals in 30 appearances. And as mentioned, he's the Greek international striker. In recent times, he's had 6 games for them, only scoring 1 goal. Not the best record, but international football is a completely different ballgame in itself. However, he is standing at 6'1" tall, and he has incredible jumps, making him a very, very big aerial threat. And tie this in with his movement, and it's very Kyogo-esque. But he is also adept on both feet, as all strikers should be, and he's only 26 years old. Now, while that isn't very young, he is hitting the prime of his career. So he is entering those years where he will be an absolute top player, but not be too old or too inexperienced at the same time. And to even sweeten the deal, the club is in the second division. They're only wanting $3 million for him. That's an absolute bargain, if you ask me, and Celtic should be paying that money without a doubt. But why are Celtic interested in Georgios? Well, these links are telling me that Ange doesn't feel that Kyogo or Eddie are suitable replacements or backups if Eddie or Kyogo are unavailable for any reason. Now, while he has depth in the striker position, as just mentioned, he doesn't have something which both I and Ange are strong believers in, and that is quality depth. That is where if he brings in another player as to replace someone or just to shuffle the squad around, the team as a whole will not lose that quality. But I also feel Celtic are preparing for Eddie's imminent leave. Now, whether this be this transfer window, January transfer window, or when his contract runs out in at the end of the season, Celtic are just beating him to it. They're just getting a replacement. They're getting someone in early so they can settle down and focus on different transfers next season and not have to panic buy, rush, and pay overs for someone who wouldn't do as good as a job. Look, but my thoughts on this transfer, I feel with Henry moving on, I would have liked to see Henry come to the club, but with him moving on, I feel this deal is a no-brainer. The lad's in the prime of his career. He is the reincarnation of Georgios Samaras, believe me. And he's a proven goal scorer, bagging 26 goals in a single season. It is a very tough Dutch league. It's not as if it's a farmers league. Ajax, Feyenoord, AZ. It's a very tough league nonetheless. So 26 goals, I am very, very impressed with that. Look, if we miss out on him, I don't feel that Celtic will ever make a play for him again. It wouldn't be the end of the world, of course. It's not as if it's Messi or Neymar or anything. It's just, you know, the reincarnation of Georgios Samaras, but I feel he definitely, if brought in, could improve this Celtic squad heaps. But as I said, obviously Celtic don't look very interested in him. It's just leaks and links here and there, but at the same time, only costing 3 million, that would be an absolute steal from my perspective. That is all from me. Just to recap what I said earlier in the video, Josip Juranovic will be completing his medical to Celtic Park in the next few days up in Scotland. He won't be doing it in Poland as he's fully vaccinated. So until next time, hail, hail.